And I mean, you even see China has an initiative to actually make their men more masculine.
Yeah, I saw that.
And we're going the opposite direction. You know, there is a diversity, equity, and inclusion chief at the Pentagon now, who wrote a book that basically called the first responders menaces, and you know, basically painted them as white supremacists, and it's going a very bad direction. I will say this about the military: what people don't understand is it is highly professional. I've always been impressed. There are standards, there's doctrine, and instructors know that they follow that playbook. They mitigate risk to the lowest level because you always have the risk of getting investigated for something like this.
So who's letting these progressive policies infect the military? How is that ever an option? Is that just people who are blissfully unaware because they're on the outside? Like, how does that ever get in to the point where you're considering things like elite groups like the SEALs having to deal with this sort of politically correct nonsense?
Personally, I think the policy of transparency that was made or popularized by President Obama, and this isn't, I'm not attacking President Obama. He was aggressive on the war on terror. He made a lot of aggressive decisions, but there are certain communities where transparency, like the CIA, special operations, is not the best policy, is they should remain in the shadows. And there should be just public trust that we are doing the right things. We don't want anyone to pass away in training. We don't want to get anyone hurt. But we also don't want to advertise our capabilities or our training or our capacities to potential military peers like China or Russia. So the transparency for me, propaganda, do it with the regular military. Keep special operations out of the public.
But even doing it with the regular military, like, why? Like,
I don't know. I don't have an answer for how it started infiltrating, other than it seems to be the groundswell. I mean, the military is just a group of people from normal society, so I don't think it's uncommon to see things that our society is dealing with working their way into the military. But I do hope that there is a backstop against it. And in my mind, everything needs to be worked in a reverse direction. What is it we're asking these people to do in the real world execution of their job? Now let's work our training pipeline to prepare those people for that.